Greetings, fellow scholars. Welcome to your final scenario of your first Excel report. In this scenario, we're going to think about our life 5 years from now and set some goals. What kind of house do we want to buy? What kind of car do we want? How do we see our time being managed? And how do we plan to manage our nutrition? Because time management and nutrition management tie into financial management. So let's see what this scenario has in store for us. We're going to be looking at personal finance, health, and time management. In this scenario, we're going to calculate salaries, mortgage, rent payments, taxes, transportation, utility, internet, cable, phone, entertainment, gym, and basically any other expenses we might see ourselves having in 5 years, which will include our nutrition and our time. Both of those things are money. In this scenario, we're going to build tables, bar graphs, pie charts, and a vision board. So I'm going to show you my example that I created first briefly, and then I'm going to toggle back and forth between my example and the document for this scenario. First, what I've done here is I've created a little storyboard, a snipping of the house that I would like to have, of the Jeep Trackhawk, which is a pretty cool vehicle. And then I put it all into a monthly budget. And I'll show you guys where to get this example for the monthly budget. And I'll talk more about these things as we move along. Also, I have created a nutritional chart here. I put in the food groups that I eat and how many servings of that I have each week. I did mine by a week because I don't eat the same way every day. So I just thought meals by week would be good for me. You guys can do grams per day. You can set this up. This is yours. I want you to set it up how you want to. So you can Google different nutritional charts and see what other folks have done. This is what I chose to do. So if you think of it as 3 weeks, number of meals per week for 3 meals per day. I'm just going to add that in there. So in this case, if I eat 3 meals a day, I'm eating 21 meals a week, and 9 of them I skip. 12 of them, which is all of them, I eat, fresh vegetables and good oils. And that's, like I said, how I set mine up. And then time management, you guys can Google some people that you think are successful or some people you like what they've done and see how they manage their time. This is my time management chart. I have my hours. I did it again per week because, again, I don't do the same thing every single day. So for me, it was more regular to do it on a weekly basis. How many hours I sleep, I figure I sleep about an average of 7 hours a night. 7 times 7 was 49. How many hours I spend a week working on my courses, working on my PhD work, household chores. You guys can put your own stuff in there. And then I created a pie chart for that. And to create my pie chart, I simply choose all of this data. Don't choose the total because the total will mess everything up. So be very careful to just choose just all of that data, and then you just insert a pie chart. And then once you insert your pie chart, you go on and you add your data labels. I really like to do the call outs, and I get all that cool stuff. And then you also want to have all your labels on there. So I added title and you can see how it looked. I also put the food pyramid. There are a lot of food pyramids out there. I don't follow any nutritional data that's more than 2 years old. So if your charts are more than 2 years old, they may be outdated. There's a lot of information out there now. So I go by Dr. Gundry, and I actually left you guys a link for Dr. Gundry if you wanted to look at what he does. He's actually quite amazing. And then for the budget part, you're actually going to put in a pie chart and a bar chart for that one. Now, let's have a look here at your taxes. You see right here where I have my taxes listed. Let me just highlight that in yellow real quick so you can see it. Right here, I have my taxes. There's a lot of stuff in this formula, but it says 0.24 plus 0.069 times the sum of Charlie 7 and 8. You see that? and I did divided by 12. So look at that formula, because what I've done there, where's Charlie 7 and 8? Charlie 7 and 8 is all the way up here. This is my salary and my husband's salary mixed together. I just have recently moved from a full-time position to teaching only online, so my pay has gone down significantly. So this is ours combined, and that is where I got this right here. So this is 24% plus 6.9% of, that's what times means, of all of our pay added together. You see that? 24% plus 6.9% of all of our pay added together. And then I divided that number in half because, I divided that number by 12 because we're going to pay that percent of our total income each month. And I'm doing a monthly budget. So even though this is our annual, these are our annual salaries, that's why I divided this by 12 to get the monthly average. Now, where did I get those percentages for the taxes? This is the part where I want to take you to the form. So right here on this form, you guys have a lot of different things to look through. The average worker's pay, average cost for the sort of home you want. These are all just links you can use. If you have something better to use, tell me. I always love new information and new resources. But here, for example, you guys can look up the prices of homes. Here, this is giving me the price of all the homes in this zip code, 71909. I guess it just knows where I am. But you can come here on Zillow and put in what type of house do you want. You want a 3-bedroom house? You put it in here and it's going to give you the average price for a 3-bedroom home in my area is $155,000. So then now I have that average price. So I'm going to go back to my document and look at calculate the mortgage on that home. So I go back here, and this is a mortgage calculator. We're going to use this a lot more in depth as our modules move on. Module 3, we're going to really use this a lot, and we'll use it a little bit more in Module 2. But let's just pretend that I'm going to take out the full, what was that, $155,000. Normally, you have to put 20% down cash, which in this case would be around $30,000, a little more than $30,000. So usually our original loan balance would be 20% less than the actual cost of the house. So let's say my $155,000 house had a 20% down payment. So it would be about $125,000. So I'm going to put in 125, 1, 2, 3. And you guys are going to calculate that much more specifically later. If you did want to just put in the whole 155 right now, I'm not going to count off for that because like I said, we will really get into depth with this later. I just want you to be introduced to using it. The term per months, usually a house goes for 30 months, not 60. I do not know of a 60-year house payment. And as far as the interest rate goes, you can just leave it how it is right here. That'll be fine. That's probably about normal. Honestly, I'm not really sure what the interest rate is going for right now. And then this is, do you plan to pay an extra amount on your house every month? We are going to use that later on. So just put, it doesn't let you put 0, so just put $1 for now. And then how many payments have you already made? You have made 0 payments. And that again will not let you put 0. So just put 1 for those. Don't calculate in extra monthly payments right now unless you really want to. But we are going to calculate this later using all different extra payments per month to see what we get. All right, so then I hit calculate, and it tells me that my monthly payment is going to be $5,490. So, you know why that is? Because it says the initial term per months, and I was calculating years. So I actually here need to do 30 times 12. So I'm just going to go back to my Excel real quick and calculate equals 30 times 12, and I get 360. So I'm just going to change this to 360 and hit calculate again. So this makes more sense that I would be paying $809 a month for that house. So when you guys come back up here to your mortgage, you would put that amount right here under your mortgage payment. And that was a little high because there was no 20% down on that. Okay, so now you know how to do that. Let's also look at the taxes. So on this document, where it, and then also here where it says other living expenses, you can click that to find some different things, ideas on what might be good living expenses that you didn't think about. And then here you have your federal tax brackets. And our federal taxes, let's say you make, you know, starting out of college with a year or two behind you, you would probably be, you know, somewhere between $30,000 to $40,000 annual salary, depending on what you're doing. That would be about average. So you would probably pay about 12 to 22%. So in this case, I had to choose 24%. Remember on my document, it was 24% plus 6.9%. That's because my husband's salary was added in there. So that got me in this big tax bracket. So mine was 24%. But that's just federal, because you have to also calculate in your state taxes. So we are going to, sorry, I don't know why the document keeps moving up every time I click on it. But we are also going to calculate in our state taxes. And I've also provided a link there, even though you guys could have just Googled it. But I did give you the links. You just scroll down on this page until you see the map, which is right here. And this is 6.9%. That's where I got that percentage. Where it said 0.069, it's 6.9%. So that's how, in my case, which is right here, that's where I got this amount for my taxes, 24% plus 6.9%. You see that? All right, and then the other things on the document for you to look at are a budget template. So this is where I got my budget template. I just clicked here. You could click on free budget template, which you don't even need to click on that because that's actually what this page was. But then you scroll down almost to the bottom and see where it says free budget template. You just click that and it will download this onto your computer. And of course you have to click on edit, enable editing to be able to copy and paste this. But I just copied and pasted this right into my Excel. I changed a couple things. I did not have some of this stuff. Laundry, I changed. Let me see if I can show you what stuff I changed here. Maybe. Where it says laundry, I actually put that as, insurance. I put that as house, car, and life insurance. And then daycare, thankfully, this time of my life, I don't need daycare anymore. But I changed that to entertainment, because when you don't need daycare anymore, you get more time and money for entertainment, right? So you can change some of those variables to what suits you better. And all of these things, I want you guys to create this and make it your own. You do not have to, you are never ever limited to just what I've done. And for the budget report, you're going to create a pie chart as well as a bar chart. And then for the rest of it, just a pie chart. All right, guys, I think that's it. I am looking forward to seeing your work. And until I see you on Zoom, keep being amazing and keep rocking it. We rock. Bye.